Before we show you how to create this drill, let's first of all take a look at the finished drill. D1 will rim the puck behind the net to forward 1 will pick it up, bank it back up to D1 at the blue line, who will exchange passes with the coach before making a quick shot on the net with forward 1 screening in front. D1 will then release to the corner, pick up the chip pass from D2, bank it to forward 1 behind the net, crisscross with forward 2, and they attack D1 2 against 1. Now let's take a look at how we create this drill. The first thing we have to do is make sure we have all the objects in place that we need to create the drill, that the players are in the right position facing the right direction. The last thing I'm going to do is add a puck. I suggest dropping the puck away from the player, clicking on the puck, and then dragging into the player's stick. Much easier than trying to drop it directly onto the player's stick. We can now go up into action mode. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to have D1 take that puck. We click on take, and that gives us the options of passing it, shooting it, or dumping the puck. The first action we want to create is that long rim pass behind the net to forward 1. We do that by using the dump key. We click on dump, and then touch the playing surface near the wall at the position where the puck is going to make first contact, and then we advance the puck by dropping X's along the playing surface near the wall to the point where we're happy to have the puck, and then we click on that last X to fix the position. We can now focus on player 1. Like all players, their actions start at 0 seconds. Because player 1 is going to be waiting for that puck to come along, we'll advance that first timing point to 0.3 seconds and then have forward 1 make a pivot and take a good skating angle down and behind to pick up that puck. And because it's such a short skating distance, let's slow the player down by moving that last timing dot along so the player slows down from 20 kilometers an hour down to 15 kilometers an hour. Now let's try to take that puck. Now you see the message on the right telling us that the puck doesn't get there to 1.5 seconds, so we need to slow that player down by moving that last timing dot to the right to 1.5 seconds. And then to speed up the player back to 15 kilometers an hour, we take that first timing dot and we advance it to the right to have the player start a little bit later at 0.47 seconds. Now we can take that puck. Now forward 1 will skate into the corner, heading up along the wall, ready to make that bank pass up to D1. Now let's work on the coach. The coach is facing D1 to start the play, but as the puck goes past the coach is going to want to turn to face the puck in the corner and forward 1 coming up along the wall. So let's advance that first timing dot along to 0.4 seconds and then take the coach and make a little tight turn. And let's slow the coach down from 14 kilometers an hour down to 11 kilometers an hour. Now we're ready to make that bank pass. So we want forward 1 to bank the puck off the wall up to D1 at the blue line. We do that by using the dump key again. We touch the wall where the puck makes first contact and then drop the puck directly onto the stick of defenseman 1. Now, when we click on defenseman 1 and we try to take that puck right away, we can't do that. We get a message that we have to move a timing point to 4 seconds. This is because we've already have actions on the timing line of defenseman 1 below. So what we must do is add 2 timing dots and create a space of time below where D1 is now waiting till 4 seconds before he can pick up that puck. We can now take that puck. Now, we're going to have D1 skating along the blue line, but we're going to slow it down from the default 20 kilometers an hour to 14 kilometers an hour. So we'll have D1 take a couple steps forwards and then pivot backwards, facing the coach, ready to make that first pass. Now let's continue with the coach. The coach is waiting for that puck to come past him as forward 1 banks it up off the wall to D1. We have to create a space of time below while the coach is waiting. We do that by creating 2 timing points and then moving that last timing point to the point where the puck goes past the coach again. But it's very difficult to know exactly when the puck goes by. That's why it's very useful to use the timing wheel. And when we take that timing wheel and we slide it to the right, we can see the progressions of the players and even the progressions of the puck actions. So we can see the puck going past the coach at about 3.5 seconds. So let's move that last timing dot of the coach to 4 seconds so that we can have the coach starting to make that pivot at 4 seconds into the drill. We now grab the coach, make a little pivot, and then we'll go up and flip the coach around to backward skating to back up against the wall, ready to take that pass from D1. We click on D1, we click pass, and we click the coach to finish the passing action. We'll now click on D1 and have D1 back up along the blue line, and just before he gets into shooting position, we'll twist D1 just a little bit at 45 degrees to put an optimal shooting position. Now with the coach who is waiting, we must create a space of time down below where the coach is waiting to make that pass to D1, and we do that again by adding 2 timing dots and moving that last timing dot to the right until the point where D1 is about 1 meter away from the point that D1 is going to take that pass, so that the player and the puck arrive there at the same time. We click pass and we click the player to finish the passing action. D1 is now ready to shoot. We click on D1, we click on shoot, and we click the net. Now to finish the shooting action, we must select the shot. We do that by clicking on the last black timing dot below and taking a look at the options. We have wrist shot, snap shot, slap shot, or backhand shot. Let's make a one-time slap shot. Now let's continue with forward 1. After passing up to the blue line, forward 1 is going to come up through the circle and then head down and then finish in front of the net in a position to screen the goaltender on the shot coming from the blue line from D1. And because it's a small space and a tight turn, let's slow the player down by moving that last timing dot to the right until the player is going 15 kilometers an hour. Now let's finish the shooting motion by D1 by backing D1 up just a little bit, flipping it forward, and also increasing the speed back up to full speed, 20 kilometers an hour. We'll now continue with D1 skating forwards towards the corner, ready to go pick up that chip pass from D2. So we click on D2, and the first thing we're going to do is take a puck. And then we're going to add 2 timing dots because D2 has to wait until D1 clears the position before D2 can move up to the blue line. At this point, we can move D2 up to the blue line, and because D2 is skating a short distance, let's slow D2 down again by moving that last timing dot down to 6 kilometers an hour. Now D2 is going to wait for D1 to get into position, so again we create that by creating 2 timing dots and moving that last timing dot to the right to the point where D1 is turned and heading towards the corner ready to pick up that chip pass. We can now use the dump key to put a puck off the end wall and bounce it back out into the middle, ready for D1 to move in and pick up that puck. D1 now comes up, makes a nice turn to get a good angle to pick up that puck, and takes the puck. Now, let's go back to forward 1 in front. Forward 1 in front is screening on that shot, and we want forward 1 to twist around just as the puck is coming by him. So forward 1 is waiting, so we must create a time. We click 2 timing dots, and then we'll take that wheel and we'll move the wheel around to see exactly when that puck goes past forward 1. And we can see the puck going past forward 1 at about 8.5 seconds. So now we'll take that last timing dot and we'll move it up 8.58 seconds, and then just make a little turn in front of the goaltender where forward 1 is now looking for a rebound off the shot from D1. And we'll slow the player down a little bit to 10 kilometers an hour. Now, as forward 1 will be waiting a little bit, let's add 2 more timing dots that we will use to adjust later. So now what we're going to take a look at is how to make a bank pass to a moving player on the other side of the net. So the first thing we have to do is make the actual bank pass. We click on D1, we click dump, we click the boards where the puck will make contact, and then bouncing off the boards to the middle and then we click on that X to fix the puck into position. Now, to note exactly what time that puck gets there, let's go into play mode. Now, you cannot drag the timing dot directly. You must first of all put it into play, and then we can click on the timing dot and move it around to wherever we want. So as we see that puck coming across, we see that the puck finishes into position at exactly 13.9 seconds. So we know that we want to have forward 1 get there to pick up that puck at 13.9 seconds. We go into action, we click on forward 1, and we move that last timing dot to the right to the point where we want forward 1 to start skating towards the corner, right about here. So we take forward 1, skating forwards to the corner, and then right here we're going to pivot backwards, and then back up over that puck to the position where the puck is on the stick of forward 1. And as we know that the puck gets there at 13.9 seconds, we can take that last timing dot and move it to 13.9. And to make the skating action look smooth, we're going to take that pivot point and we're going to slide it around so that we have exactly 19 kilometers an hour on either side of it, so that the player is skating 19 kilometers an hour from the front of the net to the pickup point. We can now take that puck. We'll continue skating a little bit backwards to make the pivot look smooth. And then we'll flip around to forward skating. Now let's take forward 1 and have forward 1 advance up along the wall towards forward 2 and make a little dump pass off the wall so that puck lands in front of forward 2. Fixing the puck into position. And then we'll have forward 1 continue up around the circle and get into a shooting position in the high slot. Now, let's activate forward 2. We'll take that first timing dot and slide it to the right to the point where we have forward 2 coming down the wall to crisscross with forward 1. Let's start forward 2 right about here. As we advance forward 2 down the wall, you can see that gray timing dot advancing. And as we advance forward 2 a little bit farther, you can see that forward 2 is a little bit late getting there on the play. So what we can do is we can take that first timing dot and move it to the left to start forward 2 skating a little bit earlier, and then move the last timing dot to the left as well to speed up the player. Now let's try to take that puck. You can still see we have an adjustment to make. So the puck is not there till 16.7 seconds. So we take that last timing dot and we move it to 16.7. And then to speed up the player, we take that first timing dot and slide it to the right. So the player starts a little bit later until the player is going 20 kilometers an hour. We can now take that puck. Forward 2 then skates below the circle and gets in a position to make a pass to forward 1 in the high slot. And you can see the timing dot on the line behind forward 1, and we want to make that pass when that gray dot is about 2 meters behind player 1 so that the puck and the player get there at the same time. We click pass, and we click forward 1. We now click forward again, we click shoot, and we click the net. To finish the skating action, forward 1 will go down and stop beside the net. And with forward 2, we'll just come in and make a little turn and stop into a position for a rebound in case there's a rebound off the shot from forward 1. Now, let's finish the drill by putting D1 into position. After the bank pass, D1 will skate to the front of the net. And we'll slow down D1 a little bit by moving that last timing point to the right. And then D1 will accelerate and then make a pivot in front of forward 1 and forward 2 to play that 2-on-1. As we move D1 into position, you can see the positioning of forward 1 and forward 2 by looking at the gray timing dots on their skating lines. Let's slow down D1 just a little bit and continue D1 skating backwards to the front of the net, and then we'll have D1 pivot forwards to go out and try to front that shot from forward 1, and then turn towards the net looking for a rebound. And let's slow D1 down one more time to get the timing just right. Now let's take a look at what that drill looks like in 3D mode. We go into play and click 3D. Rim pass behind the net. F1 picks it up, banks it back up to D1, exchanges passes with the coach, shoots with F1 screening in front. D1 releases to the corner to get the chip pass from D2, banks it behind the net to F1, who then crisscrosses with forward 2, and they go in and score a nice goal on D1.